Hey there everyone, today we are going to share the list of top 10 anime to watch in 2024, so let's dive straight in. Number 10. The wrong way to use healing magic. Ken Usato, an ordinary high schooler, wishes for something fantastical to occur in his unremarkable life. Such an opportunity arrives when he is transported to another world. Alongside Kazuki and Suzune, two prodigious members of his school's student council, arriving in Linger Kingdom, the three are deemed to be the heroes tasked with stopping the impending invasion by the Demon Lord's army. However, this is a misunderstanding. Usato was summoned by accident and, unlike his two friends, is not one of the heroes. Despite this disheartening revelation, Usato learns that he has an aptitude for the extremely rare healing magic. This catches the attention of Rose, the intimidating captain of the kingdom's rescue team, who forcibly takes custody of Usato to mold him into a full-fledged healer. As he undergoes grueling training under Rose's supervision, Usato resolves to become capable enough to protect his friends from the dangers of this world. Number 9. Ninja Kamui. Seemingly an average man, Joe Logan leads a peaceful life in the countryside with his wife and child. However, the Logan family have actually assumed false identities to escape from Joe's past as a fearsome ninja assassin. Despite a string of high-profile murders of his former peers, Joe is sure that his new life is secure. But his tranquil bliss is soon shattered when his family is slaughtered by members of his former clan. Left for dead, Joe wakes up in a hospital, unsure of how he survived the wounds that should have killed him. Police detectives Emma Samanda and Mike Morris, assigned to investigate the Logan family's deaths, witness another attempt on Joe's life. However, this time Joe is prepared, unleashing secret techniques. He easily dispatches his enemies, shedding his new identity in the process. Embracing his old ways, Joe shrouds himself in his former persona, cutting through the organization he once served in the name of cold-blooded revenge. Number 8. Seventh Loop. Riche finds herself in a familiar situation. Her fiancé is publicly breaking off their engagement, and her ducal family is about to disown her in shame. However, Riche is not distraught. She has already had 6 chances to rebuild her life and chase a different passion each time, but she would always get swept up in a war and die. So now she wishes for her 7th reincarnation to be easygoing and uneventful. What Riche does not take into account is the presence of Arnold Hine, the crown prince of the Galkine kingdom. He is destined to usurp the throne and become a tyrant who starts a large-scale invasion of neighboring countries. To make their encounter worse, Arnold is the one who killed Riche in her previous life. That is why it is all the more shocking when he proposes to Riche on the spot. In pursuit of her desired life, Riche must consider accepting Arnold's proposal and discover the reasons behind his brutal actions to stop the war from ever happening. Number 7. The Unwanted Undead Adventure. While exploring a labyrinth, Rent Faina, an adventurer with lots of experience but little to show, is killed by a dragon upon discovering its lair. Shockingly, he wakes up to find himself turned into a skeleton, the lowest class of undead monsters. As Rent fights against the other monsters of the labyrinth, he discovers that slaying them gains him experience towards higher stages of undead evolution, even ones with flesh. With this revelation in hand, Rent obtains a new objective in his undeath: keep evolving in the hope of eventually becoming a vampire, the highest form of undead that is nearly indistinguishable from human beings. Despite being forced to hide his past identity and monstrous nature under an unremovable mask, Rent manages to return to a semblance of his former life. Granted shelter by Lorraine Vivier, an elite researcher and retired adventurer, Rent assumes her surname and starts over from scratch as a rookie. Determined to pursue his childhood dream and become a mithril-class adventurer, Rent must be cautious not to disclose his new bodily circumstances, lest the Adventurers Guild seek to exterminate the monster he has become. Number 6. The Apothecary Diary. There is a certain large country in the central plains of the mainland. In the imperial court of its emperor, there is a girl. Her name is Mao Mao, a pharmacist from the Pleasure District. Currently working as a maidservant in the inner palace, the girl, surely not considered a beauty, is keeping a low profile waiting for her contract to end. She was confident that she would not be visited by the emperor. During that, she learned about the short lives of the children of the emperor. Mao Mao, hearing that the 2 surviving children are critically ill, begins her investigation for the cause. Set in the Middle Ages of the East, the food taster girl continues to solve difficult cases in the imperial court one after another. During their decade-long quest to defeat the Demon King, the members of the Heroes Party forged bonds through adventures and battles, creating unforgettable precious memories for most of them. However, the time that Freyrin spends with her comrades is equivalent to merely a fraction of her life, which has lasted over 1,000 years. When the party disbands after their victory, Freyrin casually returns to her usual routine of collecting spells across the continent. Due to her different sense of time, she seemingly holds no strong feelings toward the experiences she went through. As the years pass, Freyrin gradually realizes how her days in the Heroes Party truly impacted her. Witnessing the deaths of 2 of her former companions, Freyrin begins to regret having taken their presence for granted. She vows to better understand humans and create real personal connections. Although the story of that once memorable journey has long ended, a new tale is about to begin. Number 4. Demon Slayer Season 4. Demon Slayer Season 4 will adapt the manga's Hashira training arc, which sees Tanjiro getting the training needed to become a Hashira. As the title would suggest, Tanjiro will get to train with the strongest of the Hashira, including those who haven't appeared much so far, such as Stone Hashira Gyome. This will offer a nice spotlight on these characters, helping fans get a better feel for their personalities than the original Hashira meeting scene. The Hashira training arc is only 9 chapters long. Number 3 Windbreaker. From an early age, Haruka Sakura was an outcast due to his unconventional appearance and lack of social skills. However, the harsh treatment he received made him a skilled fighter, which is now the only thing he prides himself on. After enrolling at Furin High School, where it is rumored that strength is valued over academics, Sakura has only one goal: to become the best. After being involved in a street brawl the day before his enrollment, Sakura meets a group of his future classmates. Instead of rejecting him, they fight alongside, showing that the school's real concern is protecting the town of Makochi from harm. Hence why the students call themselves Bofurin, surprised by the support and appreciation of the townspeople. Sakura has a hard time accepting their goodwill, though he is unfamiliar with others showing him kindness. He must learn to overcome his discomfort when Bofurin is pitted against formidable enemies. After experiencing the feeling of acceptance, he finds himself fighting for the sake of others for the first time. Number 2 Solo Leveling. In a world where hunters, human warriors who possess supernatural abilities, must battle deadly monsters to protect mankind from certain annihilation, a notoriously weak hunter named Sung Jin-woo finds himself in a seemingly endless struggle for survival. One day, after narrowly surviving an overwhelmingly powerful double dungeon that nearly wipes out his entire party, a mysterious program called the System chooses him as its sole player, and in turn gives him the unique ability to level up in strength. This is something no other hunter is able to do, as a hunter's abilities are set once they awaken. Jinwoo then sets out on a journey as he fights against all kinds of enemies, both man and monster, to discover the secrets of the dungeons and the true source of his powers. He soon discovers that he has been chosen to inherit the position of Shadow Monarch, essentially turning him into an immortal necromancer who has absolute rule over the dead. He is the only monarch who fights to save humanity, as the other monarchs are all trying to kill him and wipe out the humans. Number 1 Kaiju. Number 8. After their town is destroyed by kaiju, childhood friends Kafka Habino and Mina Ashiro both vow to become members of the defense force to fight kaiju together. Mina, now 27, has since become the captain of the defense force's 3rd division, while Kafka, now 32, has failed the examination numerous times and works as a member of a cleanup crew that disposes of kaiju remains after battle. Kafka meets a young part-time worker in his company, Rino Ichikawa, an aspiring defense force member, who reignites his desire to become part of the defense force. However, a parasitic creature enters Kafka's body through his mouth and he gains the ability to turn into a kaiju. After escaping from the defense force, Kafka is given the code name Kaiju Number 8, and decides to apply while keeping his kaiju form a secret. Thank you for watching till the end, and if you think the video was worth watching, don't forget to leave a like and a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.